The next piece of software that I'm going to be discussing is Snowflake. This is the amazing software that teachers love the most when they get their Clear Touch panel because there's so much that you can do within it. So we already talked about Canvas, but real quick I just want to talk about navigating within Snowflake. So you can swipe to switch the pages, but the main navigation feature is this cue down here at the bottom. These cues are going to be in both corners of Snowflake, regardless of whichever app you are in. When you click on that cue, it gives you a few different options. We can break our screen up into zones, which is very cool. We're going to talk about that. You can easily switch back to the desktop without closing out of Snowflake. And go right back in. You can start recording your screen and a few other things. But this cue is how you're going to navigate between the different apps that you're using in Snowflake. So first I want to show you how to split your screen into zones. By clicking on zones, I'm prompted with an option to have either one zone, which is what the panel is in right now, or I can split into 2 or 4 zones. And then if you have a tabletop Clear Touch, that is what this last option is for. So if I want to split into 2 zones, I'm going to have 2 versions of Snowflake here. So this is where teachers might have something like the Canvas app pulled up on one side, while they have YouTube running on the other side. Or they might have 2 different canvases up, so 2 different students are up here solving problems. So when you have your screen split into zones, you're going to notice that the cue is going to be on all of the corners of your zones. So if I wanted to get out of YouTube here, I can go ahead and click the cue and then close the app, and it's going to take just that zone back to the main Snowflake screen, where I might click on something different like lesson activities or media or another canvas. Snowflake functions in zones just like it would if it were the only thing on the screen. So if I want to get out of the zones or change how many I have, I can go ahead and click that cue again. I can click zones and go back to either one zone or switch it into 4, where then I can have 4 different things going. So cue, zones, and I'm going to go back to just 1. Okay. So now I'm in the Canvas app, and I'm going to use that cue again to get out of this app and back to the main Snowflake page. So I go ahead and click the cue, and then I have either screenshot or close app. If you want to screenshot what you have on your page, you can do that. But if I want to get back into Snowflake, I'm just going to close the app, and I'll be taken back to the main page. The next thing that we're going to talk about within Snowflake are the lesson activities. These are the games that come pre-installed within Snowflake that teachers really, really love. And they're constantly updating these games. They have specific content creators at Unitech that are certified educators. They've been teachers in their past lives, and they're making games that align to any state's standards. Within lesson activities, it's really nice because they added a feature that you can search by standard. So if you know what standard you're teaching, you can actually narrow down that search by selecting lesson activities by standard, and you'll be able to go in and select your state and then which standards you're searching for. So language arts, science, social studies, math, they're all in there. And then you will be able to filter the games by standard. So if I'm here in my main lesson activity page, here you can see these are some of the thousands of games that are available in Snowflake. Up across the top, I've got some filters. So I can search by age group, by subject, by lesson activity type, by language, or even by country. So if I find a game that I like, I can click on it, I can click play, and then my students will automatically be able to play this game. A lot of teachers will take these lesson activities and they will have them in different zones. So there's 4 zones of games to play. So this is a matching activity, and check their answers, and it tells them which ones they got correct or incorrect. So then when I'm ready to get out of the game, I can click on that cue. I can have them either show the answers, or I can go back to the lesson activities home, or I can close the app altogether. If I want to go back to the game search, I'm going to go back to the lesson activities home, and I'm back to my search. When you're selecting a game, it will also tell you which standards they're aligned to. So down here at the bottom, it's telling me it's aligned to Common Core standards. I can click on it, and it's going to show me which specific standard the game is aligned to. When you select a game to play, it's going to go into your lesson activities. You can find that by selecting My Lesson Activities over here. If I click on it, now it's going to give me the option to edit these games. So if you're looking through the game and you notice like there might be a few things that should be changed to make it more applicable for your students, you can go into My Lesson Activities, you can click on that pen, and you can make any edits. Snowflake also has its own browser, so you can do internet searches within Snowflake very easily. So I clicked on browser, and it's going to take me to Snow.live, but down here is the URL where you can go to any site that you might use as an educational resource. So there is my internet. I can bookmark down here using the star, just like I would on my regular laptop. If I star a website, it's going to go into my bookmarks, which are located in this waffle-looking icon right here. So if I click on the waffle, I can go ahead and I'm going to scroll through all the different bookmarks. So the panel comes with a few bookmarks already. You can easily get rid of those by clicking on the X in the upper right corner of the website. So if I want to get rid of, let's say, this movie tech, I can click X, and it's going to take that bookmark away from me. Now, you can also make some of these bookmarks icons on the Snowflake homepage. So there's an X in one corner, but then in the other corner, there is a Snowflake icon. If you click on that Snowflake icon, it's going to highlight, and then that web page is actually going to be on your Snowflake homepage. So by clicking the Q, I can get out of this app, and now I can scroll to my bookmarks, and the icon is now there, so I can go directly to that website that I bookmarked in the browser. Snowflake, you can also log into your Google account within the browser so that bookmarks you may have done on your computer will actually show up on the browser within Snowflake as well. So you could just log into your Google account, it will save, and then whatever's on your laptop will also be on this browser. You can also access your Google Drive very easily from Snowflake. One of the pre-installed icons is Google Docs. This is the way that you would be able to get into your Google Drive and access anything. Again, it's going to prompt you to sign in the first time, but then it'll leave you logged in, and anything that's on your drive, you can access within Snowflake. Close out of the app, and get back to the main screen. Sometimes you're going to open Snowflake and you're going to see that a new version is available. It's very easy to update Snowflake on the panel itself, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that really quick. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my desktop. To do that, I'm going to click the Q down in the corner, and I'm going to click on Exit Snowflake. When Snowflake needs updated, it's important to actually close out of the app because the update can't take place with the app being open. So I'm going to click Exit, and it's going to take me back to the PC side. From there, I'm going to find the icon titled Snowflake Updater. On this board, it's already on the desktop, but if the Snowflake Updater is not on the desktop, you can search it down in the search bar down here by typing Snowflake Updater. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and we're going to say yes, we want this app to make changes so that it updates. Depending on how often you update your Snowflake, It could take a longer time or a shorter time, which is why it's important that when you get that notification that it needs updated, just do it right away, either after class or after school if you're in the middle of teaching. So I'm going to click update and let it do its update. One thing I mentioned earlier was connecting your Google Drive so that you could access any of your files within Canvas or within Snowflake. You can sign in to your Google account within those apps, but you can also do it from a different place on the desktop. So just like I showed the Snowflake Updater file, there is a file called Snowflake Configurator. For some of you, it might be on the desktop, but you also might have to search for it. So I click down here to search. I can type in Snowflake Configurator. It's also going to have an icon similar to Snowflake, although there's going to be a tool as its icon. If I go and click that, it's going to open up, and you're going to see the internet there. What I'm going to do is click on Miscellaneous across the top. From there, I have the opportunity to link my Google Drive, link my Dropbox, or link my OneDrive. When I do the linking from the configurator, it's going to save this across all of the different apps within your panel. So this is kind of like a one-stop shop to link your Google Drive. So I would say that this would be the easiest way to do it instead of having to do it in several different locations the first time. So if I click link Google Drive, it's going to open my Google account in my browser, and I'm going to have to go through a few steps. There is